Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online. In today's video I'm going to show you guys one of the sleeper data sites that spawn in a C1 wormhole. So it's not only the old nullsec data and relic sites that now spawn in C1 up to C3 wormholes. There are of course also the data and relic sites that have always been there, but the big difference is that these sleeper sites actually have sleeper drones in them, so you need a combat ship if you want to get to that loot. When it comes to the value of these sites, I would say I would put them on par with a normal combat anomaly in the wormhole. On average perhaps 20 million. I think I would put our average earnings from either the combat anomalies or the sleeper data and relic sites at 20 million. Around 10 million in blue loot, which have of course increased in value recently, and then on average perhaps 3 melted nano ribbons. I think it's quite doable, and that will net you like around 20 million, which is not bad, you know, for a site that is run in less than 10 minutes in a good ship or with a good buddy with you, like here with double Dominics. And I have to say, if you're a bit surprised that, well, you're putting the value at the exact same thing as one of those combat anomalies, the reason is over here you're seeing 3 malfunctioning data containers. They won't yield you any good loot. We've done them several times, and that loot is very, very disappointing. The only thing that happens is that sometimes you find like a Talokan relic in there, which can yield you something that, if researched, can go towards a Tech 3 blueprint copy. That has some value in it, but the standard data and relic containers from these sleeper data and relic sites are hardly worth the trouble. The real value of these sites, in our experience, is actually in the sleepers there, the blue loot and the melted nano ribbons. So we've been running them as much as we can, of course, whenever they come. I must say the change to the blue loot value has really helped increase the value of a C1 wormhole. It's a lot easier now to fund a POS when you're living here, and we've been doing quite well. The addition of those new nullsec relic and data sites has, in my opinion, been one of the best changes that we've seen in a long time when it comes to wormholes. It's just added so much content for everyone. Newer players can take the chance and perhaps get some really good loot out of that. People that live in wormhole space can do some hunting with it. They increase the value of the wormholes quite a little bit, and I do think that C1 and C2 did struggle a little bit when it came to local income. And so yeah, it just provided awesome content for all parties involved because of its accessibility, how fast you can do it. The cost of entry very low, you know, an exploration frigate, if you really want to do that out of HiSec, no problem. And it provides people that actually want to do a little bit of hunting with some content as well. These sleeper data and relic sites, maybe they could actually use a little bit of an update as well, because the loot table for the hacking containers, that's actually very disappointing so far. But yeah, we've just been doing them, and it's been going quite well. Other than that, this is mostly how we've been living in the wormhole at the moment, just doing whatever the wormhole provides us as a form of income, and then just yeah, building up our presence here, hunting some HiSec explorers as well. And we've started paying our first few visits to wormholes that actually have like a K162 in our wormhole, so a connection into another unknown part of space, if we see a good opportunity. And again, the first ones that we go look for are those relic and data sites that come from nullsec, because of how big the payout can be from those, and how fast you can do them. So yeah, this wormhole overhaul, when it comes to the relic and data sites, I would say great job on introducing the nullsec ones, and perhaps look at these sleeper data and relic sites as well a little bit. Maybe their loot tables could use a little bit of a tune-up as well. I must say, if you're looking to do these solo, be a little bit careful. Some of them I know spawn quite a lot of ships in the last wave, and a lot of them will actively loot you, and it's actually pretty dangerous if you go in there solo. I would actually not be surprised if they could dry up a battlecruiser capacitor if you're not careful. So yeah, these sites are harder than the combat anomalies in my experience. There's just a few more ships in there, they're a little bit stronger, and they actually do a lot of nossing, as you can see right there from the animation on Catsus Dominic's there at the moment. This is not the toughest one, but I know of one that is really going to give any solo pilot, even in I think even in a Tech 3, if you're cap dependent and you can't get out anymore, it's actually going to challenge you a little bit, so do be careful if you plan to run some of these solo. We try to do all of these with a buddy as often as we can. It's just a little bit safer to do it that way, and a bit more efficient as well. Of course, you get to clean them up quite quickly, but it's good income. The values of these sites has increased quite substantially, but these days we just don't even bother with the hacking anymore. The real value in our experience has been with the sleeper loot itself, or of course if you find one of those Talokan relics, you actually want to do those as well. Anyways, there you go guys, quick update on some of the stuff that we can do in our C1 wormhole. Thank you very much for watching as the final sleeper dies right there. That's it for me, and I'll see you all next time.